Check it out, man. I was gonna say something. I was gonna go five. I'm on number five video. I don't know, bro. I'm just freestyling this shit right now. But we got OKC Bonnie and Clyde. Folks said you got the Grand Reaper of Chicago, Lil Reese. You got the Grand Reaper of Florida as Julio Fulio. Rest in peace. I don't know the Grim Reaper of New York. You got the Grim Reaper of Texas, Tay K. He wasn't a Grim Reaper, but that don't matter. Hey, I ain't gonna hold y'all up no longer. OKC Grim Reaper. They set him off
because we just don't have.
Start over. Sorry, my bad.
It's just been really hard because we just don't have the answers.
A grandmother killed on her front porch, a beating at a Metro jail, and a missing persons case.
2017 Walker, already locked up for murder, allegedly ordered a hit on Joseph Flaherty.
Welcome back to another episode of Hood 187. In today's video, we're diving into the story of J-Dog. Joseph Flaherty, also known as J-Dog, was part of a gang called the 87 North Highlands Piru Bloods.
Oh, snap. Hold on. Nope. We ain't doing that. Nope. I don't game bang.
In California, called Lime Hood and 456 Piru.
Yep.
Sometime between the 80s and 90s, a man named D'Angelo Long moved from Chicago to the North Highlands. He started a gang at school called the City Boy Gangsters. The City Boy Gangsters were more of a local clique, but maintained strong ties with members of the Bounty Hunter Bloods and Skyline Piru. Later, people from Lime Hood and the islands moved into the area. This changed everything. Some stayed with the City Boy Gangsters, but most joined under Lime Hood or the 4-5 Bigs. At first, many of the gangs got along with the North Highlands, but then someone was killed near 87th Street, and after that, the gang started to grow and get more serious. By the 2000s, a man named OG Said helped turn the group into the 87 North Highlands Piru Bloods. They became way more than just a love set of Pirus. It became its own gang. Given how quickly and recently the gang had evolved, it's no surprise that many youth were drawn to it, including Joseph. Joe was known as a lovable and respectful young man, but eventually Joseph followed in the footsteps of his friends and eventually joined the 87 North Highland Piru Bloods. Joseph was good at keeping his gang life a secret from his friends and family. By his 20s, Joe ended up on probation, where he had to wear an ankle monitor. It's said around this time, Joe had just come out of a relationship and welcomed his first daughter, which shifted his priorities. He wanted to be a good dad, so taking care of his daughter came first.
15K reward to help find OKC man missing for 3 years.
The streets weren't as important to him anymore, but while he was being a dad, a gang war was going on between the North Island Bloods and the Shotgun Crips. It was a very dangerous time in OKC. Joseph started seeing a woman named Aisha Stewart. Aisha was known for being a cute light-skinned girl with a baby face who could easily get anything she wanted. But J-Dog didn't know that Aisha was allegedly playing him the whole time. Aisha was connected to the Shotgun Crips, and her boyfriend, Patrick Walker, also called Taz, was a high-ranking member of the gang. Taz was known as a very violent man, and in 2003, he was facing life in prison for killing Brandon Harlan. Brandon wasn't known to officers as a gang member, just someone who had caught a few weed charges. On a Monday morning in 2001, Brandon Harlan was found dead in a white Monte Carlo at an apartment complex on 2024 North Bryant. The apartment manager saw the car and called police around 6:20 a.m. Officers arrived and found Brandon inside with several shotgun wounds to his chest. Police believe he was shot and likely died sometime overnight, and several people nearby said they heard gunshots. Investigators spoke with witnesses, but no arrests were made that day. Later, in 2003, Patrick Walker was convicted of Brandon's murder. No one really knows if the killing was gang-related, but Taz said he did it to protect himself from Brandon. But the judge didn't believe him, so he was facing a life sentence behind that murder. While Taz was serving his sentence, he had allegedly heard about Alicia being in a relationship with Joseph. This made him really angry. According to officers, Taz noticed that he and his cellmate Charles Pendarvis looked alike, which sparked an idea in Taz's mind to plan an escape. Charles, who was scheduled for release, unknowingly became a key part of Taz's scheme. After learning about Charles's impending release, Taz made a threatening ultimatum.
Either my glasses are mighty dirty, hold on, my glasses gotta be dirty. Bro, who say they look alike? They don't look nothing alike. The only thing they got similar is the nose. No, the ears kind of, yeah. The hairline and hair, yeah. Other than that, no, they got different eye shape, different lips. Dude on the right here has a fatter face, bro.
He coerced Charles into handing over his ID, threatening harm to Charles and his family if he refused.
Oh, whoa, never mind. Hold on.
Threatening ultimatum. He coerced Charles into handing over his ID, threatening harm to Charles and his family if he refused. Fearing for his loved ones, Charles complied with Taz's demands.
I would have done the same thing.
Taz was released from prison instead of his
cellmate. It's y'all's job to make sure what happens, everything goes smooth. He go to court, leave court, go back to...
Hey, yeah, you can get out the next day. Yeah, I'm getting out the next day. But, shoot, I don't want nothing happen to my mama or my family, bro. Taz get out. I'll wait like 1 or 2 days. Be like, yo, I was supposed to be getting out 2 days ago. Why I ain't get out? What's your name? I'm like, such and such. Well, let me see your ID. I'm like, bro, Taz took my ID. But, oh, hell no.
Days earlier, Taz was also visited by 3 women, Megan Hughes, Brittany Dobbs, and his girlfriend, Aisha Stewart. All 3 women were accused of selling drugs for Taz while he was in jail, likely using the drug money.
Look like the setup type shawty, though. You can't tell me she dope, bruh.
To fund. Also visited by 3 women, Megan Hughes, Brittany Dobbs, and his girlfriend, Aisha Stewart.
You can't tell me she don't look like no setup chick. She looked just like a setup chick. And I fell for the trick the first time.
All 3 women were accused of selling drugs for Taz while he was in jail, likely using the drug money to fund his getaway plan. In a recorded phone call with one of them, Taz was heard saying, "I'm bust a move right here," which meant he was planning to escape. After his release, he met up with Aisha Stewart, and together they fled to St. Louis to lay low. Both were quoted saying if they were ever caught, they would go out with a fight. Police even recovered text messages between them and their friends, revealing they were planning a shootout with officers. This prompted news outlets to dub them a modern-day Bonnie and Clyde.
Modern-day Bonnie and Clyde love triangle.
Their relationship raised more than a few eyebrows. Aisha was 21, and Taz was 35.
She fell in love with the fast money, I bet you. She fell in love with the fast money. You 21, girl. You dating a man 14 years older than you. You could have been getting fast money with somebody like, I was gonna say Zion, but I can't be throwing Zion out there. Like Ja Morant. You could have been out there with Ja Morant. Oh, wait, this ain't OKC. Shit, I don't know what year this is in. But you could have been getting fast money with somebody from OKC that's a hooper. She pretty, bro.
People couldn't help but wonder.
She wanted to
convicted.
It be the good ones that want to be in the streets, bro. Like, stay out the streets, bro. You get with somebody like me that they got a good education. That go into the league. I ain't going to the league. I put myself in the education category. Go into the league.
Murderer and a woman who was only 6 years old when he went to prison end up together on the run.
Shorty was 6 when he went to prison?
Aisha is his mom's goddaughter. She had known the Walkers for a long time, and when she was a little girl, she stayed in a homeless shelter with her mom. In 2008, she and her 2 sisters had to live with the Department of Human Services because their mom used drugs and didn't take care of them. After that, she spent most of her time at shelters and lived with her aunt for a bit. Aisha would begin smoking weed at the age of 12, and when she was 14, she lost a baby after her boyfriend hurt her really bad. As a teenager, she got into trouble and allegedly joined the 107 Hoovers. Aisha went by the name Lady NK, standing for Neighborhood Killer. She got this name because of the rivalry between the Hoovers and Rolling 90 Crips. Her connection to Taz didn't really change anything, since the two would have been linked anyway. The love set of the Hoovers is the Shottyverse, which is made up of both Hoovers and Shotgun Crips. Many describe Aisha as childlike, innocent, and sometimes angelic, painting a picture of someone with a troubled past. But the truth was, she was just as ruthless as those she surrounded herself with, and she earned her name for a reason. But 5 days later, on the morning of December 4th, U.S. Deputy Marshals arrested Taz and Aisha without incident at an extended stay motel, catching them unarmed and off guard. But while Taz was locked up, Oklahoma's police department suspected Taz of ordering a hit from behind bars. In connection to the 2017 missing persons case involving Joseph, also known as J-Dog, he was last seen at the Squeaky Clean Car Wash on South Anderson Road in Oklahoma City. Police later discovered his car abandoned at the same location with blood found inside. J-Dog was on federal probation at the time of his disappearance and was required to wear an ankle monitor. His family became concerned when he missed his curfew and could not be reached. His ankle monitor had also been removed. In 2022, Taz, Alicia Stewart, and Jonathan Bledsoe were charged in connection with J-Dog's disappearance and murder. He was doing everything he could to get out of prison, frequently writing letters about the harsh conditions he was subjected to, with some even being sent to local news stations.
Letters from jail.
Let me hear one of these letters. Come on. Let me hear. Let me see if you really should have been out.
Tells a Payne County judge that he's being tortured behind bars.
Well, Walker writes a judge to say he isn't getting food, mail, or commissary.
Damn.
The sheriff's office says Walker is being fed but does not get many privileges while he's in isolation. The letters are short but to the point. Patrick Walker writes on March 19th, I met my last straw, Judge, and I'm asking you, step in and intervene before the situation becomes uncontrollable. Walker was convicted of killing Brandon Harlan in 2003 in Oklahoma City and sent to prison. But after allegedly attacking a guard, he was sent to the Payne County Jail to have his day in court. In the letters, Walker writes, everyone seems to be against him, and that no one is listening, and my idle mind is at work. Just imagine a man that feels he's been locked up for 20 years for a crime that wasn't even a crime at all, because all I did was defend myself. Also saying for every action, there is a reaction, and I'm not so good a Christian that I'm above reacting. In another letter filed April 17th, he wrote, my current attorney is purposely trying to sabotage my defense. I don't trust her.
Patrick Walker, also known as Taz, chose to represent himself in several cases as he fought the justice system for his freedom. But during the month of July, his 88...
You asking to lose if you ain't got no background on the law, you asking to lose. Damn, I forgot how you said it. Representing yourself. You asking to lose.
Velma Walker was tragically shot and killed while sitting on her front porch on the east side of Oklahoma City. Police believe that the shooting occurred around 8 p.m. on the 32nd Hunted block of Northeast 14th Place. Family members discovered her unresponsive. About 30 minutes earlier, another relative's home had been targeted in a drive-by shooting. Police began connecting the incidents,
I know if you can't get them, you go to
the
family house, but
to
come
what happened to
on!
J-Dog. More shootings and beatings would occur as the war between the Shotgun Crips and the North Highland Bloods intensified. The Shotgun Crips would also face ongoing beatings from members of the neighborhood Crips while incarcerated. Meanwhile, tensions outside the prison were escalating. Joseph's family, desperate for answers, offered to $15,000 for any information on his whereabouts, but no one came forward. As investigators worked tirelessly to uncover any leads connecting this case to the murder, the harsh reality began to settle in. Joseph's body may never be found, and any further information might remain out of reach. This investigation was going on for nearly 7 years, but since there was no witness, no body and solid proof linking them to his murder, they were let go for the murder of J-Dog. This left friends and family puzzled. Although J-Dog's body was never recovered, his car was found abandoned with blood inside, and cell phone records connected the suspects to the crime. The reasoning behind the charges being dropped remain undisclosed. Whoa.
Y'all dropped the charges and the cell phone records prove that they did it? Our justice system is crazy, bro. Our justice system is crazy.
Because there's been no answers. There's been nothing. Like, you just don't walk away from your family.
They hope by increasing the reward to $15,000, they'll finally get some answers.
And you know that people know, and the fact that they can wake up every day and go on with their normal routine and just live life like this hasn't happened is really just, it's heartbreaking.
Who's that? Daddy. Joseph left behind a 3-month-old daughter who's now 3.
Damn,
his 2 sisters say he would never have left her or not contacted someone. Over the years, their family has come together to remember Joseph. Juliet and Jennifer say their mother recently passed away, never knowing what happened. Now they don't want that to happen to anyone else.
And for me, the hardest part is knowing that he's out there alone, wherever he is.
They're hoping the new reward amount will motivate someone to finally come forward and help them say goodbye.
Because we'll never move on, but at least we can face each day knowing that we did right by Joe.
And most recently, Elijah Marie Stewart was arrested on April 17, 2025 for accessory to murder. Although this
April 17, like 2 months ago.
This is a separate case. There's hope it could lead to new information regarding Joseph's whereabouts.
Girl, you better tell.
You better tell. If you want to support the channel, join our membership to watch videos days before their...
Hey, Hood 817-187. 5 video. I'm already subbed to him. He dropped heat. But hey, bro, I thought they was really gonna bang it out with the police, but that's crazy, bro. This man really is the Grim Reaper. But he ain't even do nothing. I don't know, bro. I ain't got nothing to say, bro. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hey, one thing first. Get to the gaming channel. I'm about to start dropping simulation types of games over there. If you rock with it, go to it. Send the description.